Hello, everybody. This is Kimchi Crypto. Today, I'm going to talk about Peter Thiel. He bought this once again. Let's dive in. Spot Ethereum ETFs top $1 billion in daily net inflows for the first time ever, which sounds great. However, there was some sort of concern before the US CPI was announced. They bet in demand as downside fear grips market ahead of CPI reports. Because, higher than expected CPI could dampen Fed rate cut bets, but it was somewhat lower than expected, which sounds good for Federal Reserve to lower rates in September. Anyway, unless you are a trader, CPI prints means nothing. It's all noise. Just be reminded that in August, usually seasonality sets negative for August, to be honest. August is bad for stocks and crypto because most people went on vacation. And because of that, the trading volume is relatively lower than other months. And US Treasury Department needs to fill up its TGA account, which means people will buy more the US Treasuries rather than the cryptos or US stocks. So clarity, this act has been passed in the US House, but it is likely to pass in US Senate by September 30th as of now. It's the Republicans' plan to pass it by the end of September. So I don't care about the CPI. If the market goes down, I'd buy the dip. If not, it'd be great, isn't it? Crypto exchange bullish, $4.8 billion valuation and upsized IPO backed by BlackRock and ARK Invest. The company plans to sell 30 million shares at a price of $32 to $33 a share versus the previous range of $28 to $31. Bullish crypto exchange was backed by Peter Thiel as well, and Bullish owns the largest crypto media, CoinDesk. So BlackRock, ARK Invest plan to buy $200 million of shares of Bullish crypto exchange. What does this mean? BlackRock doesn't invest in something trivial, doesn't just the bubble, things like that. Peter Thiel invested in Bitmain, which is the Ethereum treasury company, and again, one more. And that was Peter Thiel bought 7.5% stake in Ethereum-focused ETHZilla. Billionaire investor Peter Thiel acquires 7.5% stake in ETHZilla, expanding his Ethereum-focused investments following the prior stakes in crypto ventures. EthereumZilla, this name was changed just recently. They shift to Ethereum Treasury strategy, raising $425 million for Ethereum purchases and iGaming expansion amid significant stock price volatility. Thiel's move highlights growing institutional interest in Ethereum's scalability and smart contracts as companies integrate crypto into portfolios. Investment underscores Thiel's long-term blockchain vision, aligning with Ethereum's upgrades and rising institutional adoption trends. In November 2024, US government was taken over by technologists including Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, David Sachs, all PayPal mafias, as well as Ripple, Circle, Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Bullish, etc., all crypto firms, as well as Mr. Trump and his three sons. What does this mean? Do not be swayed by noises such as tariffs or when rate cuts or word fears, things like that. All noises. Stick to blue chip coins, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, at least by the end of this year, or even in the year of 2026. Why? As of now, currently speaking, Ethereum is way too small to accommodate US stocks, US treasuries, real estates, currencies, etc. That is how RWA works. Should be a huge basket to suck in those global liquidities, suck in those tokens all over the world, stocks, bonds, whatsoever. Ethereum is too small for that. Just be reminded, think about it. Solana, XRP, Ledger, they're nothing burger compared to the current TradFi assets. They will pump this market higher than you can ever imagine in the months or years to come. Not. You need to endure super hyper volatility in the long term. But at the same time, 5 to 10 years, especially by the end of 2030, it's gonna be 10x, 20x, or even 50x. I don't know, at least 20x. That's why I view this whole market. But at the same time, you'd better take profits in betweens. It sounds contrary to each other. When market pumps like crazy, all those indicators says that it's time to sell at least just a small portion of your crypto assets. It sounds contrary, but you have to do it both. When market just goes up like bananas, you need to take profits and then just cash out and just wait and see how the market goes, because when market dumps, there's going to be another huge opportunity for those crypto assets to go just like go to the moon, and it goes like bananas. The time for correction, it will come for sure. Whether you are a trader or not, stick to top 10, top 20, top 30, top 50 is the maximum line. Don't make of it too much. Just think about this. When globalization prevailed in early 2000s or later 90s, some people thought globalization, free trade, local culture, local languages can be respected. Because of globalization, we can go anywhere, we can trade with other countries. But here was the result. When globalization met internet, English became the most dominant language on the planet. When you can apply this to our crypto investment. When dollarization, everyone seeks for dollar. They want dollar rather than local currencies. When this is going on with dollar stablecoin, it just has begun. When dollarization meets AI and crypto revolution, guess what? Number one asset on the planet, Bitcoin. Number one rail for those tokenization, stablecoins, whatsoever, that's Ethereum. Number one asset, rail, will prevail just like English had done before. Even AI and humanoids that they know that Bitcoin, Ethereum are superior ones, superior assets, superior rail compared to all something else's. US dollar, aka stablecoins, will prevail until it's not. Until it's not. Local currencies will lose power over time earlier than US dollar loses its control. No matter how exciting leverage play or treasury play or meme coins, that sounds lucrative. Don't pay attention to those things. Stick to your major spot coins. That's how you can survive and thrive. Thank you for listening.